off to the races already on a Thursday morning. We're trying to finish up this little area right here. It's a pretty good tree. Pretty good tree color. I come in a little off center on my back cut there. As low as I try to get sometimes, it's one of those things, sometimes I don't pay enough attention to watch the other sides of the tree when I come in low on one side. Like I said, I'm trying to cut these right at the ground. Yeah, good little trees. One there, I think I've got 4 down. Kevin's here hooking up, so I'll have him pull on this one just a little bit so I can get it topped. Calling for some rain chances tomorrow and Saturday, and they look pretty good for tomorrow, so we're wanting to try to make a pretty good push to get everything off this side of the ditch today. Which with Dad and I both cutting, we can lay several trees down in a fairly short amount of time. Even with these walnut that take a little longer with bore cutting them. Spur cutting, as some people call it. I just call it bore cutting. Yeah, that's a pretty good sized tree there. Already kind of starting to check out in the heart. See that? It's good wood. Good wood. Good grain on it. Now down here where Dad's at, there's actually a pretty good conglomeration of trees. And really it's going to be one of those deals where you cut 1 or 2, then we got to drag them out because they're thick right there in that area. I'm kind of working the upper edge of this bowl, getting it finished up. A little backstory about the property here. This they used to coal mine here back in the 30s, 40s, and I think even up to about 1960, the way I understand. Some of you guys that are from the area, Arcadia, along the Missouri-Kansas line, correct me if I'm wrong, but so they strip pit mine this for coal. And I was told they did it up to about 1960, somewhere in there. I think it started, I'm guessing the turn of the 19th century is what I've gathered. And like I said, this is just from what I hear cutting on these farms over here, but a lot of these properties have these big deep strip pits. And you can kind of see what this is here. These are actually overburden piles from years ago when they get the topsoil and stuff like that off there to get down to the coal. And there's 5 or 6 long deep pits on this property, and I think they're trying to work it on filling them in on the north side of the property right now. They've got a big D6 or a 7 over there, and they've been working hard to do some clearing and fill in some pits. But some of these pits, you know, there's some good timber around some of them, and some of them there's just, like you see, water oak. We'd planned on cutting the pallet type timber and stuff off here, but our outlet for it's kind of changed here in the last 2 or 3 days actually, so we're kind of at a stalemate on it right now. We've got a lot of river bottom type timber to cut over here, and we're we're kind of just waiting for a word to go, you know, to get back to cutting it. So, and we've got, you know, river bottom timber on the deck ready to load out right now. So, but before we cut any more, we want to make sure we got a good home for it. Well, I'm having trouble talking this morning. Yeah. Well, Kevin's going out with those 2, so we'll wait here. When he comes back, we'll flag him down, see if we can kind of get these off the hill here. Then we'll focus down here where Dad's at. There it goes. Hang up. Yeah, them are good ones. Like the Symphony out here. And really good quality trees. Some of the better quality walnut for the size we've cut in quite a while. They're not the biggest trees in the world, but they've actually got a really good size to them. I no more than get one down. Dad's putting another one on the ground. It always makes me nervous when he parks the Ranger that close to it. I'm always scared knowing my luck. I could wedge it and the wind could be blowing with me and it could be leaning hard and that thing would still somehow figure out to do some kind of jump back Michael Jordan fade away crash, bust up my Ranger. That would be just my luck. So Dad's a little braver than I am. Of course, he's a lot more skilled and experienced than I am, so I just kind of watch and trust his judgment. Well, like I said, it makes me nervous to park that close to him when I'm cutting them. Which I think that tree did have a prominent lean. Anyway, this walnut through here, it just seems so brittle, and it seems like when you cut walnut, and maybe it's all timber, but I notice it more in walnut because that's kind of more what we specialize in. But it seems like when you get in really good dirt, like we got right here in this part of Missouri, Kansas, right here on the border, it just seems like the trees are a little softer, a little more brittle. You know, your spurs, like what I call spurs, this here's what we hold the tree with, and this is how we let the tree fall. We clip these. It seems like these spurs over here are just super soft. They're just not wanting to hold like they should or like we're used to. So you just got to kind of adjust on the fly to that. Now I read the comments a lot of times throughout the day. I read everybody's comment. I apologize for not getting back to everybody's comment in a timely manner, but somebody just commented, and I'm sorry, I've already forgot the name with it. I do apologize, but about how in the day before's video about some kickback. Yeah, and what they mentioned was and I think the tree just kind of hopped back off the stump. It's not really what I call kickback too bad, but yeah, I mean, it could be considered kickback, and they were talking about how Dad's not as quick on his feet as he used to be. And no, he's not. I mean, I watch Dad and I worry to death a lot, but Dad's 76. Dad's done this he went full time on his own when he was 17, so he's moving up on 60 years of cutting timber. So there's no, whatever he wants to do, there's no change in his mind on it. I think he's going to move the Ranger. To be resumed. Alright, we've resumed. I moved the Ranger up here. When I looked at the tree, I thought it was going to fall down in there. Dad thinks it's going to go this way. We're about to see. I ought to get a wedge. Right where he said it was going to go. Amazing. Seen how he feathered that? He left some holes on that back side on that spur, and he was able to swing it around. Kind of jumped back at him a little bit, but he's pretty good at that stuff, no doubt about it. Said, I know people can say what they want about he don't wear a hard hat or chaps or anything like that, but like I said, man, 60 plus years actually being in the logwoods, including with his dad when he was young. That's just the way that generation of guy does it. He ain't gonna change now, I promise you. And men like my dad, they're tough old birds. Tough old birds. went ahead and brought this thing down. Hard as it leaned, it didn't jump off the stump, but we were afraid it would. It's one big tree. I know we can't drag it all out, and I've already cut one limb off there we're going to make a log out of, and we're going to cut it off right here, and there'll be another good 20 plus foot of log in that big limb there. How many feet you think's in this tree, Dad? Now to put the finishing touches on this video, just kind of do a little walk through the pile here. We got about everything on the deck, or everything on the deck should I say, bucked up and laid out. Got a little trimming left to do to clean them up, like that piece there. I see that didn't get cut off all the way, but pretty good logs in here. Pretty good logs. Good clean logs, that's what it takes. And even if you got some logs that aren't so clean, you can still clean them up. Like you look at a lot of these, it's just how you go through and present them. It's all about presentation. And I'll still touch these up a little bit, yet I want to kind of round that piece off there. We'll come in, as you can see here, we'll cut that off, just kind of make it look a little more round, a little more flush, just makes them look better. Try to give good spacing on some of these better ones. Starting to check out there, I need to get some irons in that. That last big one Dad cut. Just kind of got some muscle here. It looks like an old scar, but it's not. It's just the way the bark is on that. Just the way the bark is. It's a hog right there too. I think that's that big one he cut the first day. Pretty good sap line there, as far as not good as in what we want to see, but it's a couple inches of sap. Good logs. A lot of veneer. See you later, guys. Hey guys, if you like what you see, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to our channel for all of our latest videos.